Countdown.
Tahniah. Siaran langsung ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber Malaysia. Sebuah inisiatif e-didik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Tumpukan perhatian anda. Siaran langsung akan bermula sebentar lagi. Link sijil akan diberikan di hujung siaran ini. Pastikan diisi dalam tempoh yang ditetapkan. Terima kasih.
Hi, Assalamualaikum, and a very good evening to all the teachers, parents, and the wonderful students. Welcome to Pusat Tuisyen Academy YouTuber, a joint venture with e-didik Malaysia and Kelab Guru Malaysia. Bermula percuma, selamanya percuma. Before we proceed, let's begin our session with a recitation of Kitab Al-Fatihah for the Muslim students. And for the non-Muslim, please recite your prayers according to your religion. So how is everyone doing today? I hope all of you are in the best of health. It's been a long time. I hope you still remember me and ready for today's lesson. As all of you can see, I'm all alone again here. So please give your support and your full cooperation in making this session a lively one. It's going to be a pretty lonely session if you do not join my conversation. So please support me. As usual, the lesson will last approximately for 1 hour, and the certificate link will be given at the end of this session. So be sure to follow the class up until the end. For the record, we are now live on my channel, that is Cikgu Zana channel. So if you have not subscribed, or if your subscribe button is still red, go ahead and press subscribe, like as a sign of support for me. I would also like to remind all of you to use appropriate language and also profile pic if you wish to post comments in the chat box. I'm pretty sure all the students here are obedient, excellent students who will uphold a positive classroom environment. So students, stay focused. And if you have any questions, please write on the chat box and I will try to provide you with the answer. Okay, shall we start? Okay. First, let me introduce myself. My full name is Puan Zainariah binti Abdullah. I'm from Pusat Tingkatan 6, SMK Tunku Ampuan Dura in Seremban, Negeri Sembilan. Okay, I have been teaching for the past 30 years, but I started off as an additional maths teacher from 1990 till 2013. And I started teaching Form 6 in year 2000 until the present year, okay, 2021. Okay, so the following are my teammates. Okay, we have teacher Im, which is my ketua panitia, and we have teacher Eileen. Okay, for your information, we take turn to be on air live every week. And beside that, we have the biology teachers, which is led by Cikgu Faiza. And we have the chemistry teachers, which is led by Cikgu Shahnun. And the peraccountant teachers, which is led by Madam Fizi. Physics groups will be coming up soon. Okay, we have this PU lesson collaboration playlist. In this playlist, there are about more than 250 videos. Okay, please students, go ahead and browse through. There are so many video lessons that you can watch. We have the mathematics video lesson, we have the chemistry, we have the biology, physics, and the peraccountant video lesson. So don't feel shy. Go ahead. You are free to browse through this playlist. Okay, next. So what are we going to learn today? So the topic for today's lesson is probability, but our main focus is the counting techniques of probability. Okay, you might say, alah, counting technique, kacang lah cikgu. Yes, but for me, this counting techniques is very important. If you get it correct, you will answer the probability problems correctly. So this is the most important criteria for you in answering probability questions. Okay. So what to expect in this lesson? Firstly, teacher will try to briefly define what a probability is and what are the counting techniques of probability. Okay. So in plain English language, probability is the chances that you will probably be getting what you are looking for. Okay, for all our other options. Okay, is your favorable outcome the one that you are looking for over all possible options? Okay, let me illustrate an example. Look at the bag filled with marbles. Okay, macam budak-budak kan, tapi I believe that with concrete pictures you can visualize better. Probability is about visualizing. Okay, we have 4 green marbles, 3 red marbles, 2 blue marbles, and 1 yellow marbles of the same size in the bag. So what is the probability of getting a red? So the formula is, what is your favorable outcome? Okay, what are we looking for? We are looking for red marbles in the bag. So how many red marbles are there in the bag? There are 3 red marbles. So how many total marbles are in the bag? Altogether, there are 10 marbles in the bag. So the probability of getting a red marble is 3/10. Okay, this is definition using plain English language. So in mathematics, how do we define probability? Now, in mathematics, probability is the likelihood of an event to occur. Here, the probability of event A. So it's the likelihood of the event A to occur. Likelihood means kemungkinan, ya. Event A atau peristiwa A terjadi. So in mathematics, we have 2 approaches. We can define using the theoretical definition, that is the ratio of the number of possible outcome in A to the number of possible outcome in sample space S. And we have the experimental definition, that is the number of times that event occurs over the total number of trials. Now, what is the difference between these 2 definitions? One is theoretical, one is experimental. Okay, there's a slight difference. For theoretical, we are making attempt to predict what will occur. Okay, we are predicting what will occur. While experimental definition, okay, the probability of event is based on what actually happened by conducting a series of experimental activities. Okay, so it is observed that when the number of trials become larger, the experimental probability value is the same as the theoretical value. So you might be wondering, what is Cikgu Zana talking about? Okay, this experimental definition will later on be useful in probability distribution. Okay, these 2 ni macam adik-beradik, ya. Probability and probability distributions, they are one big family. Okay, now. So let's look at more examples. Okay, we must understand the basic probability rules. Again, we look at the pack of marbles. Okay, try to find out the probability of yellow. Okay, blue, red, and green. Okay, so what do you see the pattern? Okay, some of you have answered. Okay, thank you. Okay, right. So notice that the sum of the probabilities, when you add up all these probabilities, what happened? Hang on, di jam sikit ya. Okay. Okay, the sum of the probabilities is 1. Okay, and we can rewrite this as PR plus the probability of not R, because green, yellow, blue is not R, not red. So the sum is 1. Or in other words, in mathematical sentence, is probability of red plus the probability of the R complement. R complement means not red is 1. Thus arises the complementary rule. PR is 1 minus PR complement. So this is the first basic probability rules, the complementary rule. Next, we look at the probability line values. Okay, when the probability is 0, what does it mean? It means that the event is impossible to occur. But when the probability is 1, it means that the event is certain to happen. Okay, so we have 0 and 1. So what happened when the probability is half? It means that the event is as likely to happen or as not likely to happen. It means that we have a 50-50 chance of happening. And the value in between here, from 0 to half, means that event is unlikely to happen. But the values from half to 1 describe that the event is likely to happen. And please take note, probabilities can also be stated in decimal form. So half can be stated in 0.5. So we summarize the basic probability rules. Where PA equals 0 means the event will not occur. PA equal 1 means event A is certain to occur. And the values of the probability lies between 0 to 1 inclusive. So this is the checklist, students. Probability will never take negative values and their values is not more than 1. So if you calculate, suddenly you have probability is 1.5, 20.5, there's something wrong with your calculation. Okay, so this is the tip for you to check your answer. Okay, yes, betul. That's right, Muhammad Syafiq. Okay, next. Dia macam stuck sikit ya. Yeah. So this is the proper way of writing the working in pure mathematics. Okay, using mathematics language. First, you have to define your sample space. Okay, find the elements in the sample space. And then you define your event A. That is event of getting a red marble. And the number of elements in event A is 3. So the probability of A happening is 3 over 10. So this is the proper way of writing the solution when solving probability problems. Okay. Right. Now, today we're going to raise the level of probability to a higher level. Okay. So then finding the number of possible outcome in A, finding the number of possible outcome in S is not as simple as the example that I've shown earlier. Here we need the counting techniques of probability in order to carry out to find the number of possible outcome for event A and all the possible outcome in S. Okay. My line is not good today, I think. Let me check. Okay, first counting technique is the additional rule. So what do you add? Remember, we are finding the number of elements in an event, okay? So if we have two sets A and B, and they are exclusive, exclusive means they are disjoint, then to find the number of elements in A union B is an A plus an B, okay? So to understand better what is exclusive set, it means that set A and set B do not have any common elements, okay? If we were to use the Venn diagram, A and B are disjoint. And this rule can be extended to 3 exclusive sets. Okay, this rule is also important when we want to find the probability of mutually exclusive events. Okay, we're going to use this rule later on when we want to find the probability of mutually exclusive events. Next, we have the different rule. Okay, I already shown you what do we mean by difference rule. If you have set A which is not B, B complements mean not B. So this is the Venn diagram. A which is not B is indicated by the red section of the set. So the difference rule of two set A and B is denoted by A intersect B complement. And to find the number of elements, we use this rule NA minus NB. Okay, this rule is later on useful when we want to find probability of an event. Okay, probability of an event. Okay, now the next rule, inclusion and exclusion rule. Given that you have two sets, okay, where they are not exclusive, okay, to find the elements in E union F, first we have to include an E and an F, and you have to exclude, okay, exclude E intersect F because they share the same common elements. So we do it only once, okay? So this will be applied later on in probability of composite events. Okay, next, the multiplication rule, the most favorite rules, okay? If we have an operation consists of M steps, and the first step is carried out in P ways, the second step is carried out in Q ways, the M step is carried out in R ways, then the operation can be carried out in P times Q time, and the last step R ways, okay? This, I guess all of you have understood the multiplication rule, and it's always applicable in probability of independent events. Okay. Example of applying the multiplication rule. Okay, PQR are 3 towns. There are 4 possible routes from town P to town Q and 2 possible routes from town Q to town R. So one route have 4 possible routes. P to Q, Q to R, we have 2 possible routes. So how many different routes are there to travel from town P to town R through Q? Okay. So what is the number of routes from town P to town R through Q? Anybody can answer? Okay, thank you, Leong On Wong. Yes. 8. Good. Using the multiplication rule. Or we can have a look at the tree diagram. Oops. This is a tree diagram, but this is not what I meant. This is diagram of a tree. Okay. So this is the proper tree diagram. Okay, let's say we have town P. Town P, we have 4 roots. And then it branches out to town Q. For each branch, it will branch out to 2 branches, okay, of 2 roots for P to Q, okay. So you multiply PQ1, so the total outcome, the possible outcome, there will be 8 roots, P1, Q1 until P4, Q2. Okay, this tree diagram later on will be useful in probability of independent events, okay. So number of different roots is 8. Okay, the next rule. Okay, this rule is very important because at this level, Form 6 level, most of the number of outcome for an event involves permutation and combination. So students, you must be able to visualize the question. What is the question asking? Is it permutation? Is it combination? Okay, the first 2 rules you have seen in Form 4, Form 5, and different objects taken n at a time. So we use n factorial, okay? N different object taken r at a time is given by NPR. Okay, this formula, during our time, we don't have a calculator. We have to memorize n factorial over n minus r factorial. But you students just press the calculator. Similarly here, you just press the calculator, NPN, NPR. Okay, let's test your memory. Okay, so find the number of ways 5 prizes to be given to 5 contestants in the quiz competition. So what do you think is the answer? 5 prizes to be given to 5 contestants. So number of ways is permutation 5P5. We are using all the prizes to be given away to the 5 contestants. Okay, do not leave your answer in factorial form. You have to write 120. Okay, next, how many different word codes can be formed from all the letters of the word logarithm? Okay, this is straightforward. This is Form 4, ya, student? Okay, logarithm, berapa semuanya ni? Okay, good. Lau Man Hao just now answered 120. Jason Wong pun answered 120. Okay, now, how many different codes from the word logarithm? Okay, there are 9 letters. So all the 9 letters are being arranged to form different codes. So we have 9P9. 9P9 means 9 factorial, okay? So you have 362,880 different codes. Okay, this is straightforward. Now when it comes to choosing R object from N object. Okay, so number of ways to arrange 3 letters of the word isolate. So we have N, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So out of the 7 letters, you pick 3 letters to arrange. So 7P3. Okay, you pick 3 letters to arrange. Okay, sorry cikgu lambat je nak apa ya? Lambat because I'm alone, so I'm trying to concentrate in my slide and looking at your answers. Okay, so 7P3 means pressing the calculator. Yes, 210, 210. So all of you semua dah. Okay, take this as a revision course ya, sebab benda ni senang saja. My line today is not that good, dia macam jam saja. Okay, now, or you can use the box method. If you learn in Form 5, teacher always say, do the box method. Okay, the first box can fill up by 7 letters. If you put 1, you are left with 6 letters. If you place 1, you are left with 5 letters. And we can use the multiplication rule to get the number of ways to arrange the 3 letters. Okay, next, 3-letter code that can be formed from the 26 letters of the alphabet. Okay, this is very easy. Let me give you the answer. 26P3, 15,600 codes. Okay, right. Now, this part ni pun sama using the box method. The first box can be filled up in 26 way. You place one letter, so you are left with 25 letters. You place one, and you are left with 24 letters. And using the multiplication rule, you have 156,000. Oh, saya silap ke ni? Oh, saya silap ni ya. Which one is correct? The top one or the bottom one? Who has the calculator? Aduh, cikgu. Who has the calculator? Okay, the top one is correct. The bottom one is typo error, okay? 15,060, 100. Okay, class? Okay, now. Ini senang sangat, tak payahlah ya. Kita skip through. It's very easy. The most important thing when there's a condition. This one. Okay, this is something new. Whereby it's being introduced in Form 6. Permutation of n objects, not all distinct, meaning that there are similar objects in the n objects. For example, here we have n objects where p similar objects, okay, and q similar objects, and we have r similar objects. So we use this formula: n factorial over p factorial, q factorial, r factorial. Using this formula is easy, but when only part of the objects are arranged, this part yang ramai students tak boleh jawab dengan betul. Okay, some of you find it tricky to answer it correctly. Okay, you have to be patient because you have to analyze the situation case by case. Okay, let's look at the example. Okay, the first example. Find the number of permutation that can be performed from all the letters of the word statistics. Okay, we are safe here because we are using all the letters from the word statistics. Okay, statistic, notice. We have 10 letters and we have 3 letter S, 3 letter T, and 2 letter I. So using the formula, number of permutations is 10 factorial, n yeah, n is 10 over 3 letter S, 3 factorial, 3 letter T, 3 factorial over 2 factorial. Okay, so you have 50,400. Thank you, Chan. You are very quick. Okay, now, this is simple because all the words, all the letters are used. Now, look at this example. We are not going to use all the letters. We need to use only 3 letters out of the 7 letters. Normally, after that, after this, they will ask you to find probability normally. But today, I'll be concentrating on the counting techniques. Okay, we need only 3 letters. But here you have 2 S's. The first S and the last S. So you have to consider case by case. Okay, the first case, we only take one S into consideration. Tak kisahlah, mungkin kita buang this S, we take the last S. So how many letters we need to arrange? Okay, 3 letters is arranged out of the 6 letters. So you are left with T-U-D-I-O-S. Okay, so the number of ways to arrange these 3 letters out of the 6 letters, we use P3, 120. Now we consider the 2 S's. Okay, the two S's are placed in the arrangement. So it can be SS followed by any letters from the letter TUDIOO. So there's 5 letters there, so it can be filled in 5 ways. Or the first letter is S, the last letter is S, so the middle letter can be filled up with TUDIO. Again, there's 5 letters. Or we can arrange where the first letter can be filled with TUDIO. Second letter S, third letter S. So the total number of ways to arrange the two S's, to arrange where the two S's are taken into consideration, 5 times 3, okay? 5. One group is 5 ways, so we have 3 groups, so 5 times 3, 15. So the total number of ways is 120 plus 15, 135. So it's very important that you know how to add up, because in later on probability, they will give cases like this, okay? Situation like this. Okay, next. Dia punya cursor dah lari ya, sekejap ya. Okay. Now we have 8 pens, 4 blue pens, 2 black pens, and 2 red pens. So altogether we have 8 pens, but we need to arrange only 7 pens, okay, in a row. Okay, so how you do it is up to you, but I will do it in a table so that I would like to visualize things. Saya suka visualize so that it's easy for me to find the number of arrangement. Okay, we divide into blue pens, black pens, and red pens. Okay, we need to arrange 7 pens. So the first arrangement is that I will choose 4 pens. Okay, because 4 blue pen. Blue ada 4. And then 2 black pens, so I'm left with 1 red pen. So because they are not distinct, because they are the same. So we use this formula, 7 factorial, 7 pens over 4 factorial over 2 factorial, because they are similar objects. Or I can arrange 4 blue pens, 1 black pen, and 2 reds. So the number of arrangement is 7 factorial over 4 factorial, 2 factorial, which is 105. Or if I were to choose 2 black pens, 2 red pen, so my blue pen must only be 3. So number of arrangement, 7 factorial over 3 factorial times 2 factorial, 2 factorial, which is 210. So total number of ways is, you add up, 420. Okay. Okay, now this is also new, permutation in a circle. If the clockwise arrangement are different from the anti-clockwise arrangement, then the number of permutation of n different objects arranged in a circle is just n minus 1 factorial. But if the arrangement from the clockwise and anti-clockwise is the same, it's n minus 1 divided by 2. Okay, we have to take the average of the arrangement. Okay, this is a simple rule, permutation in a circle. Okay, now, soon it will be a festive reunion day. 9 family members, okay, 9 family members, they are not the same, okay, are to be seated around a circular table for dinner. How many ways can they be seated? Okay, And we see 9 family members, it could be the father, mother, or grandfather, grandmother, the children, or the nephews and nieces. So it's all different member. So the clockwise arrangement are different from the anti-clockwise arrangement. So what is the number of way can they be seated? 9. Okay, good, Leong. 9 minus 1, 8 factorial. Dia kena go through the cursor, my cursor. Hang on. Okay, I think Leong has answered, which is 9 minus, which one? Okay, 9 minus 1, 8 factorial. So what is 8 factorial? Chan has answered the complete one, 40,320. I don't know what happened to my cursor. Jaya, can I bring my cursor to the, okay. Okay, so sorry guys, I don't know what happened, the technical problem here. Okay, next, if we have 6 bits of the same size and color on a circular shaped wire, so 6 bits of the same size, meaning that they are the same. So clockwise and anti-clockwise will be the same. So number of ways is 6 minus 1 factorial divided by 2, which is 60. Okay, how time flies, students. It's already more than 30 minutes. Can we take a break for advertisement?
Semua sekolah ditutup hingga cuti akhir tahun 17 Disember 2020. Anda tak cukup bahan? Tak ada. Semua sekolah ditutup hingga cuti akhir tahun 17 Disember 2020. Anda tak cukup bahan? Tak ada rujukan? Tak faham? Anda nak tuition tapi PKP? Jangan risau, kami di Akademi YouTuber dengan kerjasama Kelab Guru Malaysia dan e-Didik Malaysia mengadakan kelas tuition online. Semua peringkat ada, semuanya secara percuma. Video PDPC pun ada. Apa ditunggu lagi? Layari www.academyyoutuber.com.
Dibawakan kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber.
Okay, we are back. Okay, next we move on.
Semua sekolah ditutup hingga cuti akhir tahun 17 Disember 2020. Anda tak cukup bahan? Tak ada rujukan? Tak faham? Anda nak tuition tapi PKP? Jangan risau, kami di Akademi YouTuber dengan kerjasama Kelab Guru Malaysia dan e-Didik Malaysia mengadakan kelas tuition online. Semua peringkat ada, semuanya secara percuma. Video PDPC pun ada. Apa ditunggu lagi? Layari www.academyyoutuber.com.
Dibawakan kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber.
Okay, class, shall we continue? I hope my cursor is working fine here. Okay. Okay, it's not happening. Something wrong with my cursor because I'm sharing the extending saja ya. Okay. Right. Okay. Can we miss the pop quiz because we are running out of time? Okay, tak apalah. 4 students to be arranged in a circle. So how many ways can they be arranged? Anybody? How many ways can they be arranged? I don't want to move my cursor, nanti kan dia stuck lagi. Okay, right. We have 4 students, so there are 4 different students. The number of ways is 4 minus 1, which is 3 factorial, 6 students. Okay. Okay, thank you, low YX. Okay, now, this is the most important thing, permutation with condition. This is where students find it difficult to answer. Okay, 4 men and 3 women are to be seated in a row. Find the number of ways to arrange them if all the women are seated together. The men and women are alternately seated. Okay, so here we have 4 men and 3 women to be seated in a row. So, and the women are seated together. So since there are 3 women are to be seated together, they will be counted as one object. Thus, there are 3 factorial ways to arrange them. Okay. So since they are one object together with the man, okay, so there are 5 objects, so 5 factorial. So the number of ways is 3 factorial times 5 factorial, we have 720. Okay, next. The women are to be seated alternately. So first find the number of men to be arranged. There are 4 men, so 4 factorial. There are 3 women seated alternately. So there are 3 factorial ways to arrange them. So altogether we have 4 factorial times 3 factorial, which is 144 ways. Later on in probability, they will ask you like this lah. Okay, this is Form 6 level because of the word commission. Okay, how many ways can the letters of the commission can be arranged if the 2 M's are separated? Okay, so first, this is like a complementary rule. We find the number of ways where there is no restriction. So 10 factorial, we have 2 M's, 2 O, 2 I, 2 S. Okay. Okay, we have 2M, 2I, 2S, and 2O. So it's 226,800. Now, find the number of ways the 2 M's are together. Okay, when the 2 M's are together, it is considered as one object. Okay, it's considered as one object. So we are left with 9 objects. So 9 factorial ways. Okay, now to arrange the 2M is just 2 factorial over 2 factorial, which is 1. So you are left with just 2 factorial, divide by 2 factorial, 2 factorial, 2 factorial. So you have 4, 5, 3, 6, 0 ways. But the question is, the 2 M's are separated. So we use like the complement rule, number of ways where there's no restriction minus the number of ways where the 2 M's are together. Okay, so we have 181,440. Okay, this is Form 6 because it's taken from a Form 6 textbook. 5-digit number are to be formed from the digits 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Remember, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So find the number of ways these numbers can be formed if the number must begin with digit 6 and end with digit 3, be greater than 50,000. So, as I said, I would prefer to do visualizing method. So the box method, the first digit is 6, the last digit is 3. So the first digit to be placed in the first digit is one way. 3 digits to be placed in the last the last digit is 3, is one way. And in the middle, we can fill with the digits 2, 4, 5, 7. There's 4, but you only can fill you can only fill the digits in 3 spaces. So from 4, you pick 3. So number of ways is 24. Or you can use the multiplication rule. Exactly the same. This box can be filled in 4 ways. The second box can be filled up in 3 ways. And the last box can fill up in 2 ways. So using multiplication, we have 24. Okay. So B, number greater than 50,000. So the first box can be filled up with digit 5 or 6 or 7. Okay, so it can be filled up in 3 ways. So place only one digit. So the next box, the last 4 digits can be filled from the remaining 5 digits. Kita ada 4, we need only 5. So 5P4. Using the multiplication rule, we have 360. Okay. Or you can use the box method. Some students, they like to use the box method. 5, 4 times 3 times 2 and using the multiplication rule pun boleh. Okay, tak tunjuk pun tak apa. The most importantly is you get your correct answer 360 ways. Okay, ni tak payahlah kot, it's simple. Okay, we skip this. It's exactly like commission. Okay, now pop quiz. Okay, the license plates of some cars consists of 2 letters followed by 3 digits. Find the number of possible different license plates if there is no restriction, no letters or digit is repeated. So hint, how many letters are there in the alphabet? And how many digits are there to make a number lah maksudnya. So, I'm so afraid to touch my tab because takut cursor saya nanti buat hal. I couldn't see the comment. There are some answers given. Sekejap ya. Okay. It's the cursor. Something wrong with my cursor. Okay, sekejap ya. Saya kena okay. Okay, my cursor is moving to the okay, I didn't see any answer. Ada answer, sorry. Okay, the first one. There's no restriction, so we can use the no repetition. The number of possible plates, 676. Right? Lain-lain jawapan, 676,000. There are 26 letters and 10 digits. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can choose any of the digits. So 10 times 10 times 10. Okay? Okay. And then no repetition. So the first letter can be filled up in 26 way. You place one letter, so you can fill up in 25 way. And here the first digit is any 10 digits, you place 1, so you are left with 9 digits. You place 1 and you are left with 8 digits. So you can choose any of the 8 digits. So number of possible plates, 26 times 25 times 10 times 9 times 8. So we have, or you can use permutation, 26P2 times 10P3, 468. Yes, Lau Man Hao, congrats. Okay, good. You understood the lesson. I'm happy when you answer it correctly, meaning that I have managed to convey the lesson. Okay, now, combination. Okay, what's the difference between combination and permutation? These two students always get confused. Combination means a selection of one or more objects, okay, selection is not arranged, taken, without taking into consideration their order, okay. Order is not important for combination. So the formula for combination of n different objects, taking our object each time, we have NCR. Just press the calculator, guys. You don't have to calculate using this formula. Or you can use NPR over R factorial. Can you excuse me? Saya nak take a sip. Well, I'm not feeling well today. Okay. So take note of this. When NCO is 1, NCO is 1, NCN is also 1. NC1 is N. Similarly, NCN minus 1 is N. And NCR is also equivalent to NCN minus R. Okay, when I give you this note, okay, it's for easy calculation. Tak perlu press the calculator, okay? Okay, this example, we have 6 bottles of liquid dyes consisting of the 6 colors. So we need to find the number of selections of the mixture of 2 different colors. Okay, selection. The keyword here is selection. So out of 6, you choose 2. Okay, notice that saya guna C. I would prefer to say combination as choose. So from the 6 dye, you choose 2 dye to mix. Okay, here I'm using the formula. In fact, you can just straight away press the calculator, which is 15. Okay, this is straightforward, whereby there is no condition involved. Okay, normally combination, the questions involves with conditions. So when there's conditions, you have to consider and apply the multiplication rule. Okay, look at this question properly. Okay. I'm so sorry, students. I'm not. Okay. Okay, can you remember all these questions? Because it's quite lengthy there for. But never mind. As you go ahead doing it, I will remind again the questions. Okay. Okay. We have 6 men and 5 men applicants. Find the number of ways to choose the applicants if the vacancy must consist of 5 people, 5 women, not the same, 1 to 5 people, 5 women, 3 women and 2 men, at least 4 women. Okay, let's look at the first question. How many number of ways to choose the applicant if the vacancy must consist of 5 people? 5 people means we choose 5 people from the 11 applicants. So using combination, it's just 11C5. Number of ways to choose 5 women. Altogether, there are 6 women. So when you choose 5 women, sebab dia kata dia nak choose, so there's no men chosen. Tak letak 5C0 pun tak apa, because we know that 5C0 is 1. So number of ways to choose 5 out of the 6 women is 6C5. Okay. Times there's no men chosen from the 5 men applicants. So the number of ways to choose 5 women is 6. And number of ways to choose 3 women and 2 men. So we need to choose 3 out of 6 women and 2 men out of 5 men. we need to choose 6 out of the, we need to choose 3 out of the 6 women, and we need to choose 2 men out of the 5 men. So we use the combination 6C3 times 5C2. Okay, notice that the bottom part, 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 0 is 5. This is the number that is being chosen. On top is n, the total number. Okay, at least 4 women. So this you have to consider. We can choose 4 women and 1 man, or 5 women and 0 men. At least 4 women. So to choose 4 women, okay, we do 6C4. To choose 1 man, 5C1. Or means plus additional rule. Okay, 5 women, 6C5, and 0 men means times 5C0. Okay, notice that I use the word n. N means you multiply or means you add. Okay, so when you do your working, talk to yourself, is this n or O? Okay, so we have 81 ways. Okay, all right. Okay, the next example is important because this is from 6th level and it's being asked. Okay, we have 6 students divided into 3 groups, with group A having 9 students. Okay, take note. Group A, 9 students. B, 4 students. And the rest in group C. So the rest means there are 3 students in group C. So calculate the number of ways to form, bukan vacancy, number of ways to form the 3 groups. Ini typo error. Calculate the number of ways to form the 3 groups. Okay, this is typo error. Tak ada ni. Cancel off. Calculate the number of ways to form the 3 groups. The 3 groups with 4 particular students who must be in group A. Okay, I repeat. 3 groups. Group A having 9 students, B having 4, and the rest in group C. So meaning that the rest is 3 students must be in group C. So find the number of ways. Okay. You can solve off. Okay. So let's look at the answer. Okay. We name group A, group B, group C. So group A, we must have 9 students. So from 16 students, we choose 9 students. Group B must have 4 students. So 16, you have chose 9. So how many students are left? 7 students. So we choose 4. Okay. You already chosen 9 students. So 16 minus 9. So you are left with 7 students. So you choose 4. So now you are left only 3 students and you must choose 3. You have no other choice to choose 3 from 3. So number of ways, you use the multiplication rule. 16C9 times 6C4 times 3C3. 400,400 ways. Okay. Okay, good students. I noticed that some of you are working. Thank you very much indeed. Okay. So this is A, whereby 9 students must be chosen for group A, 4 students in group B, and 3 students in group C. Now, the second question is that 4 particular students must be in group A. 4 particular students must be in group A. So we take out 4, you are left with 12 because 4 students are taken out. So there's 12C5 ways to be in group A and 7C4 in group B. Masih sama, only A is ni. Okay. 12 minus 5, 7. 7 minus 4 is 3. C3 in group C. So number of ways is 27720. Okay, right. This is teaser introduction for the next lesson. Calculate the probability that 4 particular students must be in group A in the 3 groups that are formed. Okay, this is an example how we use the counting technique to answer a probability question. So number of ways is 27720 divided by the number of sample space just now, 400,400. So we have 9/130. So this is how we use the counting techniques in probability. Okay, pop quiz, simple one. We have 6 members to be selected from 5 females and 4 males. Remember this, we need 6 members to be selected from 5 females and 4 males, meaning that altogether there are 9 people here, 9 members. Okay, so calculate the number of different committees that can be formed if there is no restriction. The number of females must be more than males. Can I use what? Can I use 16 factorial over 9? For what question, Chan? Why, how? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yang tadi. Yeah. Okay, so anybody would like to answer this when there's no restriction? Time is running up. Okay, so we have 964, 9 members to 6, we have 84, and then 4 female, 2 males, but it's more than, the female must be more than male, yeah? So 5 females or 4 females. So when there's 4 females, we have 2 males. If 5 females, we have 1 male. So the number of ways is this, yeah? So it's 34. Again, teaser. Calculate the probability that the number of female must be more than males in the committee that is formed. We have this, okay? So this is just an example of the counting techniques whereby we can use in probability, finding the probability. Okay, I wish I have more time to test your understanding. So these are just some tips here when to use the counting techniques, because most students are confused using the additional rule and the multiplication rule and the permutation rule and the combination rules, okay? So you can read up the tips, okay, when to use additional rule for this joint set, multiplication rule for different sets of elements to be counted or collected, permutation when the elements taken must be arranged in order, combination, the elements taken are not in order. Okay, I think that's about all for today. Actually, I have some pop quiz whereby it's just one word question, like here to test your understanding permutation. Okay, tak apalah, saya tunjuk aja. As I want to say, thank you for watching. And remember to subscribe Cikgu Zana channel. Okay, so we have reached the end of the lesson. Okay, with God's grace, congratulations to those who have able to follow my session from the beginning till the end. Before we end our session, right, can you please stop commenting in the chat box and click the subscribe button as a support for my channel. Okay, and please activate the icon bell so that you will not miss the next class session. Okay, so please, if you find the lesson to be beneficial, click like and share to your friends on your social media. Okay, now the link to my The e-didik link sijil. Sekejap ya. Okay, it seems that I can't. Okay, my touchpad is not working now. Sekejap ya. Okay, can I just read the link sijil because there's something wrong with my cursor. It seems that my cursor doesn't seem to want to copy the link. Sekejap ya. Okay, dah. Copy link address. I managed to copy link. Sorry. Oh, this is to join email e-didik. This is the code access. Okay. Copy link address. Sekejap ya. Okay, this is the link e-didik. Okay, don't forget to subscribe for me. Okay. I'm so sorry, class. I don't know what happened to my tab. Normally it's okay, but now something is wrong. Sekejap ya, the code access. Okay, find the code access and the link in the chat box, students. Don't forget this link is only will end half an hour after this live, and make sure to use the e-didik email only to log in. Incorrect email use will not be entertained. I'm so sorry, students. So please make sure you use e-didik email. If you haven't got one, I just post the link to apply for the e-didik email. And if you wish to get more information on online classes, go to www.academyyoutuber.com. And to those who haven't joined e-didik Junior Telegram, please do so. You get a lot of things in there, lots of information. So once again, I would like to thank all of you, my dear students, for joining me today. Again, I'm so sorry of the technical glitches here and there. You are awesome, superb, and feel free to share this free tuition class to your friends and teachers all over Malaysia. Remember, this is a collective effort from all of us, teachers throughout Malaysia, for all the students throughout the country. Okay, thank you to all the YouTuber Academy supporters out there. Thank you very much. Please pray for us, our safety, our strength. Okay, I think that's about all for now. See you in another session. Ingat hashtag bermula percuma, selamanya percuma. Assalamualaikum. Stay safe. Till we meet again next week. Same day, same time, Saturday at 5 p.m. Bye-bye. Okay, bye. So that's all. Goodbye. See you again next week.
Tuition online percuma. Tuition online percuma. Layari www.academyyoutuber bagi mengikuti tuition online secara percuma. Prasekolah, sekolah rendah, sekolah menengah, semua ada di Akademi YouTuber. Rujuk jadual di laman sesawang www.academyyoutuber.com.
Semoga masa terluang anak-anak anda diisi dengan sebaiknya. Tuisyen online percuma, mestilah Akademi YouTuber.
Dibawakan kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber.